if Christ tarries. And this nation is a beloved of the Lord. Now, I felt I need to say something. However, I have tried to restrain myself, but I have met myself just feeling to speak about it. And this also is about what is happening this month in matters pertaining African leadership. We have only one nation, Kenya, to love, to cherish, and to pray for. And the devil is trying to shake this nation, but God will stand because we belong to God. In matters pertaining the elections of the chairman or the leader of the African Union, I have felt to charge people to pray because it's a golden opportunity for our nation. But there's a demon which is already on the loose, which is the demon of fanatism. By becoming political hardliners, until when people fail to be any more patriots, but they end up becoming people of ill wishes. But there's something that God has put in my heart as I have been praying, that the office is higher than the officer. Meaning, however people may be having political differences in matters pertaining who is vying for what, it is a seasonal time, but the impact is quite long. In this way, I mean, as I've been praying for this nation, the Holy Spirit has told me to tell people to pray for the candidate who comes from Kenya. Because it is not about him, it's about Kenya. But some people are saying, I saw a certain cloud of words that we would want him to lose because of the perception we have about our national politics. Little do they know that Darius was used by God. Nebuchadnezzar was used by God. The Roman government was used by God. Even before Christ came, there were roads to take the gospel. There was the Greek language and all that kind of, development. This is what I have to say. That we have a nation that is pinned by God, a city on a hill that cannot be hidden. Even as we may wish anything against somebody, let us remember that there is an office that can benefit generations to come. But the devil is on the loose so that we can lose this seat. But listen to me. This is what God has put in my heart about the elections of the African Union chairmanship. 2 Chronicles chapter number 7 verse number 14. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sin and I will heal their land. Another thing which I saw, that we have to pray for the candidate who comes from Kenya, is the battle from historical covenants. Once again, I repeat, it's not about the candidates, it's about the candidature. It's not about the officer, It's about the office. If this man wins, Kenya will have won in Africa. And Kenya is a gateway to nations and a blessing for generations in matters of what God is about to do. Now, there are two things that we have to understand. There are people that are political hardliners and political fanatics, which has taken the patriotism in their hearts. Let's nullify that. Number two, historical spiritual covenants that have been binding this man to get where he should be. A spirit has been going ahead of him and hitting him against expectations. Listen, when I was praying, there's something I saw. Like a smoke from a certain shrine. It's very strong. It's very daring. If the church will go the political way, this battle will be lost. If the church will go the godly way, this battle will be won. Why? It's not about a Kenyan. It's not about a Kenyan. It's about Kenya and the will of God. This is what the Lord put in my heart about it. Romans 13. When you read about it, but this verse caught my understanding. Let everyone be subject to the governing authorities. For there is no authority except that which God has established. The authorities that exist have been established by God. There is an agenda of God in our nation, but the devil is mad about it. Let there be people to pray for the benefit of the generations. And I want to talk slightly to our youths and the people that love this nation. All this cloud that we see today, it will be over. But the impact will remain.